In a world filled with deception, manipulation, and hidden agendas, the wise don't fight fire with fire. They fight with reason. They fight with virtue. They fight with Stoic strategy. This is how you outwit the wicked. This is how you stay unshaken in a chaotic world. Welcome to the world of Stoic philosophy, the art of remaining unbothered, strong, and sharp in the face of evil. Evil doesn't always look like a monster. Sometimes it wears a suit, smiles in your face, pretends to be your friend. Manipulators, narcissists, toxic people. They use fear, guilt, and confusion as tools of control. But Stoicism teaches us a better way. Not to sink to their level, but to rise above it. Let's dive into timeless Stoic strategies for outwitting the wicked. 1. Know yourself, the foundation of power. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Evil people often seek to disrupt your thinking. They plant doubt. They twist facts. They thrive on your confusion. The first Stoic rule? Know yourself. Know your values. This is your shield. Before you can outsmart others, you must stop lying to yourself. Are you acting out of fear or principle? Are you reacting or responding? The manipulator controls the one who lacks inner clarity. But when you know who you are, they can't touch you. 2. Control the controllable. Let go of the rest. Epictetus taught, "Some things are in our control, and others are not." You can't change people. You can't make them kind. You can't stop them from lying. But you can choose your reaction. Stoics don't waste energy on revenge. Instead, they focus on what is in their power, their mindset, their words, their actions. This makes you dangerous to the wicked. Why? Because you can't be provoked. 3. Observe without emotion. Manipulators thrive on emotional reactions. They poke you, provoke you, gaslight you. They want you to explode, to lose control. Because when you do, they win. But the Stoic watches, calmly, objectively. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." The moment you stop feeding them your emotional energy, you disarm them. Outwit them by staying grounded, by seeing clearly, not emotionally. 4. Use strategic silence. Not every battle requires your sword. Sometimes, silence is louder than words. The manipulator expects you to explain, defend, argue. Don't. Let them drown in their own noise. Strategic silence is the Stoic's hidden weapon. When you stop giving them reactions, they're forced to confront their own emptiness. 5. Master detachment. A Stoic doesn't cling to outcomes, to approval, to people. The manipulator loses control the moment you stop needing their validation. Let go of the desire to be liked. Let go of the need to be understood. Let go of the fantasy that evil people will change. Detachment isn't coldness, it's clarity. It allows you to act with justice, not desperation. 6. Be a mirror, not a puppet. When attacked, most people react impulsively. But the Stoic reflects. They don't absorb negativity, they reflect it back. Don't argue with the liar. Just let them reveal themselves. Don't scream at the manipulator. Just let your silence expose them. The wicked often defeat themselves when you stop playing their game. 7. Practice premeditatio malorum, expect the worst. The Stoics practiced a mental exercise called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Before facing someone manipulative, prepare your mind. Imagine their tactics. Expect their deceit. Prepare your emotional armor. So when it happens, you're not surprised. You're ready. The Stoic isn't naive. They are prepared. 8. Build an inner fortress. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Evil people lose their grip the moment you realize your strength isn't external, it's internal. Build your inner fortress. Fortify it with virtue. Guard it with wisdom, because when your peace comes from within, nothing outside can shake it. 9. Don't seek revenge, seek mastery. Revenge is tempting. When someone lies, deceives, or betrays you, the fire rises. But revenge gives them power. It puts your peace in their hands. The Stoics seek something greater than payback. They seek mastery. Seneca reminds us, "He who seeks revenge only digs 2 graves. Instead of stooping to their level, rise above it. Let your growth be your revenge. Let your self-mastery be your answer. The wicked hate to see you thrive without them." 10. Cultivate inner stillness. Stillness is the ultimate rebellion in a noisy, manipulative world. The Stoics trained their minds to be still. Not passive, but powerful. Stillness is what lets you see through the lies. Stillness is what helps you respond with strength. Stillness is what keeps you from being controlled. In a world that screams for your attention, stillness is power. 11. Practice the dichotomy of control in every encounter. Every conversation, every argument, every toxic situation. Ask yourself this Stoic question: is this within my control? If it is, act. If it's not, release it. Manipulators hate when you stop chasing their approval. Toxic people lose their grip when you stop playing their emotional games. When you focus only on what you can control, you become invincible to them. 12. Live by virtue, not emotion. A Stoic doesn't let anger or fear guide them. They ask, "What does virtue demand of me right now? Should I speak or remain silent? Should I walk away or stand firm? Should I confront or ignore?" The answer isn't found in emotion. It's found in virtue, in courage, justice, wisdom, and temperance. Live by these, and you will always walk the higher path. A path manipulators cannot follow. 13. Don't argue outsmart with questions. Manipulators want to trap you in arguments. They twist your words. They bait your emotions. They want you reactive, not reflective. But Stoics don't get dragged into battles of ego. Instead of arguing, ask questions. Why do you think that? What makes you say that? Can you clarify your intention? Questions reveal truth faster than accusations. They turn the spotlight away from you and onto them. When evil people realize they can't control your words, they lose control of the game. 14. Play the long game. The wicked are short-sighted. They act in the moment, for attention, power, or gain. But the Stoic plays the long game. They don't seek to win every battle. They seek to win the war within. They ask, will this matter in a week? A month? A lifetime? Short-term victory isn't worth long-term damage to your peace. When you rise above the immediate, you dominate the timeline that matters most. 15. Maintain dignity under fire. Evil people will test you. They'll insult you, slander you, mock you behind closed doors. But Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Your dignity is your weapon. Let them throw mud. You stay clean. Let them scream. You remain still. Let them scheme. You walk in truth. To maintain dignity in the fire. That is the essence of Stoic power. 16. Use time as leverage. The manipulative rush you. They pressure you to decide quickly. They create urgency to make you act on emotion. But the Stoic waits. Seneca said, "Time discovers truth." When someone is pushing you too fast, pause. Give it time. Time reveals masks. Time exposes lies. Time makes the wicked impatient. And when they get impatient, they expose themselves. 17. Expect betrayal, but never become bitter. Evil people will let you down. Friends will betray. Lovers will manipulate. Colleagues will deceive. But bitterness is a poison you drink hoping others will suffer. The Stoic feels the pain, but chooses not to carry it. They remind themselves, people do evil out of ignorance, out of fear, out of weakness. That doesn't excuse the action, but it helps you release the weight. Stoicism isn't about denying pain. It's about transforming it into wisdom. 18. Strengthen your circle. Avoid the corrupt. Epictetus warned, avoid fraternizing with harmful people. The infection is strong. Evil is contagious. Toxicity spreads. That's why a Stoic is selective with their time, their energy, their company. They don't chase acceptance. They build a circle of strength. Those who value virtue, honesty, and clarity. You can't live with wolves and stay sheep. Surround yourself with those who sharpen your character, not those who drain it. 19. Keep your intentions pure, even when others don't. In a corrupt world, it's tempting to play dirty, to fight back with lies, to manipulate the manipulator. But that's not the Stoic path. Why? Because once you compromise your character, they've already won. Stoics don't play dirty, because truth doesn't need tricks. Integrity is quiet, but undefeated. 20. Train daily, like a warrior of the mind. You don't become Stoic in a crisis. You become Stoic through training, every single day. The same way a warrior sharpens their sword. You must sharpen your mind. Journaling, meditation, self-examination, reading the Stoic texts. When the chaos comes, you don't panic. You execute, because you trained for this. You're not just surviving evil. You're rising above it. 21. Respond with delay, not emotion. The wicked push for instant reactions. They want you to panic, overreact, and collapse under pressure. But the Stoic delays response. They step back. They reflect. They respond, not react. In that pause, you regain control. And in that control, you win. 22. Choose character over comfort. Evil people take shortcuts. They lie to avoid discomfort. They manipulate to gain power. But the Stoic embraces discomfort if it means preserving virtue. Doing the right thing isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. Because comfort fades. Character endures. 23. Make yourself harder to manipulate. The more you need, the easier you are to control. The Stoic trains themselves to need less. Less praise. Less validation. Less attention. Freedom begins where dependency ends. You outsmart manipulators by becoming unmanipulatable. 24. Let their words die in silence. Not every insult deserves a response. Not every attack deserves energy. Sometimes, the best answer is none at all. Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Let their words echo into emptiness." You walk forward. 25. Never compromise your inner code. A Stoic lives by a personal code, unshaken by popularity or pressure. Evil people bend their values. You do not. That's your edge. Your clarity. Your anchor. They play to win in the moment. You play to win forever. 26. Read people like a philosopher. The Stoic learns to study human nature. Not to judge, but to understand. Why does this person lie? What fear drives their manipulation? What are they trying to avoid? When you see through people, not just at them, you gain the upper hand. 27. Remain unshaken in public humiliation. Evil people love to shame. They want to embarrass you, to weaken your image. But the Stoic doesn't break under criticism, because the Stoic knows truth doesn't need defending, and peace doesn't come from public approval. 28. Turn pain into progress. Pain is the manipulator's weapon, but the Stoic turns pain into power. Every betrayal becomes fuel. Every setback becomes a lesson. Every loss becomes clarity. You don't just survive the wicked. You evolve because of them. 29. Remind yourself, it's just an opinion. Someone insults you. Someone lies about you. Remind yourself, it's just their opinion. And opinions don't control reality. Only your response shapes your world. 30. Don't win the argument, win your soul. In the end, the goal is not to beat them. It's to beat your lower self. Outsmarting evil isn't about ego, it's about elevation. You leave the battlefield clean, calm, and complete, while they drown in their own chaos. That is the Stoic victory.